What is going on, everybody? John Impemba here with Iggy Gilbert. Welcome into the Fantasy Salon Thursday night fantasy football game day preview show. Iggy, NFL Week 4 kicks off tonight. We have an NFC West divisional matchup. The Seattle Seahawks in Arizona to take on the Cardinals here, my friend. How are we doing, man?
Doing well, yeah. It's all divisional match Thursday night. The NFC West has a great record, but they really haven't played anybody of any that has any umph behind them.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this pans out once they start playing each other.
Yeah, for sure. We got the Seahawks coming off of their win last week against the Saints. Maybe one of the easiest picks of the week was that matchup right there, and then Arizona falling late to the 49ers, losing on a final field goal. So both teams sitting in here at 2-1. We'll see which one comes out of it up in the standings. We are here to help you guys answer your lineup questions. I see our guy Ralph already in the chat with one to kick us off here tonight. If you guys have questions, throw them in the chat. We'll help you guys out throughout the evening. We'll stay here for as long as you guys need us. We'll break down the game. We'll build a lineup, and we'll give you our best bets for tonight here as well. As I said, Ralph kicks us off, though. He's got a PPR. He's got Juwan Johnson. Should he pick up Evan Ingram now that he's back practicing? What are your thoughts here? Juwan Johnson, Saints. Evan Ingram missed last week with an injury for Denver.
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of Ingram shares, and I still do in best ball. But I mean, if you're in a small bench league, then I would say no. But if you're in a big bench league, there's nothing wrong with having two good tight ends, cover each other in bye weeks, take advantage of matchups. I personally would rather play Juwan Johnson, but I don't think it's bad to pick him up and have him as a backup.
No, listen, obviously we all were super bullish on Evan Ingram coming into the year. Kind of got beat over the head with the whole Joker roll thing, and then gets hurt right away in week 1, right? So deals with the ankle, I think it was, or the calf injury. Really labored him. Then he plays week 2, but barely out there, and then misses last week. So, if he's practicing and he's fully healthy, you would expect him to have a role and a productive one in that Denver offense, which is kind of disappointed, honestly, to begin the season. So we'll see what happens there. Albert popping in saying hello to everybody. He's got a Trey Benson or Tony Pollard question. James Conner was the big injury last week, done for the season. A pair of running backs went down. Najee Harris also lost for the season, but Trey Benson was a popular late round pick for many, especially those with the zero RB strategy. And now they get rewarded here in week 4 with him as a lead back in Arizona. Do you like Pollard or Benson here this week?
Boy, I still like Pollard. Benson's only had about 3 days to, kind of go over being the full-time starter there. I do like Benson. I almost took him on an anytime touchdown for tonight, but
Sure.
Give me Pollard against Houston, man. They got a decent pass defense and a horrible rush defense. So
yeah, I'm comfortable going that route here also. I mean, again, Seattle, decent defense. Benson certainly has the ability to be impactful, but I'm really not in on Arizona tonight. I like Seattle to win this game. I just haven't seen the consistency out of the Cardinals offense yet to really love Benson there. So I'll go Pollard here, but if he pops, good, you'll have him for next week there. Jay Cup did a trade already, traded Chase Brown and Brock Bowers to get Egbuka and Genti. What are your thoughts there? Obviously, Mike Evans down with an injury. Chase Brown off to a slow start. Bowers kind of off to a slow start with that injury that he suffered in week 1. Genti hasn't looked good, and Egbuka's looked great. What do you think of that deal?
yeah, I mean, Genti looks great when they give him the ball. They're just not giving him the ball enough. They're not scheming him up to get out in open space. I mean, there was one play I saw him make 3 guys miss before he even was able to move.
Yeah.
So I personally like it. I mean, it might be tight end premium. I can't tell, but I mean, Ibukka, we're talking about possible rookie of the year. I mean, if the vote ended today, he would be the rookie of the year, bar none. So I think that's a good move, particularly if it's dynasty.
Yeah, so 12-man half PPR is what the league was with 2 flex. So he had Bowers and Juwan Johnson. Juwan Johnson is now his only tight end on the team. So, obviously you hope to see that continue and see him continue to be, a productive member of that offense there. It's tough giving up Bowers, right? You use a first or second round pick or second or third round pick probably on Brock Bowers. So to move him so soon, but obviously, again, if you like what Egbuka is doing and your wide receivers, Adunze, JSN, Egbuka, now your top 3. I kind of understand. CeeDee Lamb going down for you. I guess I kind of understand it. I don't know if you won or lost it yet. So it's too early in the season really to say if you win or lose a trade. But got
No tight end premium, he's saying too.
yeah,
So
So I don't know. It's probably more fair than I'm giving it credit for. I see Bowers and I think, maybe you sold a little bit too early on him. But Ann says, "Hey, what's up, Ann? If you have any questions, you can throw them in the chat for us here. Appreciate that support that you guys give us here." All right, let's talk a little bit more about tonight's game. It's a 43.5 game total. Seattle is a 1.5-point favorite tonight on the road. Which way are you leaning with that one, Iggy?
yeah, this line opened up -1.5 for the Cardinals. So it shows you the monies or the Sharks came in right away and tilted this line. It's actually one of my bets on our bet tracker tonight, Jonathan. I like the cover of Seattle at -1.5. I think they're going to cover it. I don't know about with ease. It is on the road. It is a divisional game, but I think they pull this game away. I don't think it's a 1-point game, even if it's a last-second field goal. I think they still probably win by 2 or 3. So I like the spread in favor of Seattle on the road. Better offense, more complete defense.
Yeah, I mean, again, you can go check out all of our picks for tonight's game over at our bet tracker. You can find that over at Fantasy Alarm, of course. If you're an All-Pro member, you get access to all of our betting content for this one itself. My prop articles out there. Our guy Mark Lamy does the game predictions and best bets for tonight there. So, and Iggy has his picks in the bet tracker for you guys as well. I did the money line for Seattle, so but you took the -1.5. I took the money line. You get a little better odds doing the points, but then you're given the 1.5. So I didn't mind the -130. I do think that they are a better team here. And the line opened at 44.5. It's down to 43.5 again. I think this kind of trends down when it comes to points here as well. I just haven't been too excited about this Cardinals offense. I thought we were going to see a bit more explosiveness out of it. I was bullish on Marvin Harrison Jr. coming into the year. He had a good week 1. Hasn't really lived up to what we thought he'd be so far through 3 weeks. Kyler Murray's not throwing for a ton of yards, so I'm definitely a bit dubious on the Cardinals offense and leaning towards the under for me tonight on the 43.5.
Yeah, I like the under as well. Cardinals got a defensive-minded head coach. I mean, it's going to be hard to improve the offense whenever their focus is on controlling the ball and playing good defense. That's Arizona's philosophy to win. So you need to temper your expectations, except for Trey McBride. But we'll talk a little bit more about him later.
Ann's got a Scott Fish Bowl question here. Cup tonight, Keon Coleman or Dalton Schultz? Obviously, Scott Fish is the tight end premium. Which way do you lean here?
Man, not Cup. I'm not going to risk it on Thursday. And I'm probably in one of the last places in the Scott Fish Bowl. I'm 0-6 against the median over there. So I may not be the person to be giving the best advice, but give me the tight ends just get so much in that league. It's like tight end premium on steroids. So yeah. I think I'm going to take Dalton Schultz against the Tennessee Titans, who just haven't really been able to do much.
Yeah, listen, the Keon Coleman matchup, obviously the Saints, it's super appealing, but we just saw Seattle hang 40 on that team. I don't know if you'll see the starters for Buffalo in that game for the whole one. So I like Dalton Schultz there as well. Everett, however we're pronouncing it there, apologies. Marvin Harrison, Xavier Worthy, or Eli Manor, Worthy full practice again today. Which way do you lean?
Man, that's a tough one for me. I'm going to leave Xavier Worthy, I think, but I've got a slight tilt to Elix over there.
Yeah, obviously Worthy, full practice is great. I guess I got to read a little bit more. Like, is he wearing the brace? Like, does he have one of those internal braces for the separated shoulder? What's the range of motion going to be like for him? Obviously, they wouldn't put him out there if he wasn't good to go. It's obviously a really favorable matchup, them going up against Baltimore as well. I kind of wrote up the quarterback coach for DFS this week, and I put in there, I was like, listen, the Ravens are scoring a lot of points, and they've lost 2 of those 3 games. They're giving up a lot of points as well. Which is why Mahomes is one of my favorite plays this week for DFS. So getting Worthy in there makes a lot of sense. I'm definitely bullish on Manor. They're making a change in play calling this week. The quarterback coach now for Tennessee is the one calling the plays, which hopefully that gets Cam Ward going here, and in turn gets Manor another week of success. So I'm fine going Worthy. I'd probably rank it Worthy. I still might give a lean to Marvin Harrison just because I think it's a safer play. But I think the long-term prospects for Manor so far look pretty good. Patrick here, Chase Brown for Debo. Lost CD Lamb, needs a wide receiver too, and McLaurin's injured. He's seeing a core specialist, Terry McLaurin, so that doesn't sound good for him.
No,
would you trade Chase Brown, though, for Debo Samuel?
Man, I think here's the truth. I think Chase Brown took a hit when Burrow went down because now defenses can key in on him. Browning might throw an interception and get rid of it. But Debo is just one of those people, man. If your league's not set up for it, he's not. He's better in NFL reality than he is in fantasy football. Like that
Yeah.
kick return, making big plays. So this is tough for me. I understand your situation, but you still got some pretty good play. I mean, I would play Wicks. I mean, I don't know if I would
Yeah,
trade
dude.
Brown
Pet,
for Debo.
Ridley, Coleman, Wicks are all fine. Waiting out Lamb. Again, they haven't placed Lamb on the IR yet, right? So we
No, he's
don't.
not. Yeah.
He might only miss. IR is obviously 4 weeks, but he might only end up missing 2 weeks. Then you're going to trade away Chase Brown because Lamb's out for a couple of weeks. So I don't think you necessarily need to make that move. I think your other wide receivers are pretty good. Your running backs are strong too. I mean, Javonte Williams is really good. Jordan Mason without Aaron Jones. You just got Benson as a starter, so I think
Yeah.
you're good there. Andrea says hi, everybody. Hi to you as well. Over on the X platform, we got 12-man PPR trade offer. Giving up Henry for Travion Henderson and Ashton Genty. I'm not giving up Henry yet. What do you think here?
I mean, I'm assuming that's Derrick Henry, right?
Yeah. They're definitely
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not giving up on Henry yet. I mean, like you said, they're having to keep their offense on the field because their defense isn't stopping anybody.
And they're not going to put in Keaton Mitchell over Derrick Henry. Like Derrick Henry is going to get the football. You're basically making that trade, hoping that Genty gets out of the funk that he's been behind that offensive line, and that Travion Henderson becomes the lead back for New England, which isn't a guarantee. So, and even then today, Josh McDaniels, they asked him about Ramondre Stevenson, and he reiterated that their offense needs Ramondre. So it doesn't seem like they're going to be looking to move off him anytime soon. Rashid here wants to know Godwin or Jacoby Myers rest of season. Chris Godwin, full practice back-to-back days now, expected to suit up this week, probably on an initial snap count, but do you like Jacoby Myers or Chris Godwin now?
And he already has Ibuka too. So I think I like Jacoby Myers. I know he's not getting the volume we want yet. But I had Godwin last year. He was my go-to guy last year. He's going to have to show me that he's over that injury before I just put all my faith in him.
Yeah, listen, I mean, Myers has had the target share the first 2 weeks. Last week, not so much, but still like one of their better wide receivers on that team. Just because Trey Tucker had a monster week 3 doesn't mean we're going to be shoving Jacoby Myers to the side there. So honestly, end of season, they could look pretty similar. I'm not really, because when Mike Evans does come back and they have Ibuka, like what's to say Godwin is now the number 3 guy there. So I'm probably sticking with Jacoby Myers. Charbonnet or Chuba. I mean, Charbonnet's coming back tonight, but you got to go Chuba Hubbard still. Like feels like a
no-brainer. I'm going Chuba with that pretty much almost against any running back.
Sleepy Tim wants to know Cup, Swift, Chubb, or Worthy. You need 2.
I don't know if Swift's healthy yet, so I kind of have to go Chubb Worthy here.
Okay, yeah. I mean, obviously, wait for the injury report with DeAndre Swift, but Worthy seems like the one we're definitely plugging in. Obviously, Woody Marks cut into the Chubb snap share last week, so something to watch for.
I would rather have Swift. I mean, if he's healthy, play Swift, but with it just being Thursday, I don't have a definite answer on that.
Yeah. Lurch, am I crazy for starting a Dunze? Jacoby Myers, I assume that is. Hampton, Scatabo, Benson, and then sitting Jamar Chase and Drake London this week. I mean, I would never recommend sitting Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I did now. That said, to his point, I'm looking at, in Denver this week. Patrick Surtain will be the guy on him. So if there was ever a case to be made for it, I guess it'd be this week. But, it is Jamar Chase. He could go and take a touchdown anytime. Drake London, again, last week was pretty bad for Penix, but it's Washington. Washington's got a very bad secondary. So
yeah,
I'd be more willing probably to. You could talk me on to sitting Chase this week than London. I don't mind London there. But back to you. Would you start the 5 he's got, or would you start Chase or London over it?
I think I would have to start Chase over Myers. Probably. I don't know. That could be the highest scoring game too. Raiders and Chicago might be the
Yeah.
highest scoring game. Hampton's going to get volume. Looks like Scotabo is going to get volume. Benson, I don't know if he's in your flex or not, but I would play Chase over Benson. And yeah, you're crazy, Lurch, but not because of your fantasy football question.
So, all right, guys. Again, if you have any more questions, you can throw them in the chat. We appreciate you guys popping in here and throwing us some cues. Player props for tonight. Again, you have them over on our bet tracker. We got them in the articles out here tonight. What's your favorite player prop for tonight here, Iggy?
I got a couple. My favorite is definitely Kenneth Walker anytime touchdown. I've seen it at plus 100, plus 105. There's a sports betting app out there where if your player scores the first or last touchdown, you get a bonus. Been really successful with that over these Thursday games. So I just think Kenneth Walker, I mean, Charbonnet might be back, but I think they're going to be careful with him, especially if they get a lead. I don't know why they would just run him out there and risk him to get hurt again. So Kenneth Walker anytime touchdown, plus 100, plus 105.
I like it. I took the JSN anytime touchdown as well. That's plus 110. That I think I saw it was at plus 110 over on DraftKings here. I'll refresh here. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know that. I got it right here too if you need it.
Let's see, plus 155 anytime. Sorry, plus 155 on the anytime. Again, he scored last week. I had that as a pick for me in my pick'em prop article for Sunday against the Saints. He's their top receiver. He gets all the volume. I think when they get in the red zone, they're going to look for him here in this matchup against Arizona tonight. So I also like the anytime for JSN. I took the under passing yards for Kyler Murray. I've seen it anywhere from 212 to 216 and a half. Only gone over that once this year. Thrown sub 200 twice. I mean, I just don't see the volume being there. They haven't been efficient throwing the football. Marvin Harrison Jr. hasn't looked great. Seattle's really good against tight ends. I just don't think this is going to be a track meet where they're going to force Kyler into throwing a bunch. So I took the under passing yards for Kyler Murray here today.
Yeah, my Arizona Cardinal prop, I have Calais Campbell over 0.25 a sack, Jonathan. He doesn't even have to get a whole sack. He's just got to lean his big body on Kyler Murray when somebody else wraps him up, and he'll get half a credit for it. And that's at plus 282. I put a half a unit on it. I didn't put a full unit on it, but at plus 282, with half a unit, you're getting over a unit back in return still. And he's doing pretty well. He's got, I believe, 2 sacks this season, or 1.5, depending on how you score it. So I think Calais Campbell gets past that offensive line and gets his paw on Sam Darnold before he gets out of the pocket.
Sure.
And yeah, I think he gets half a sack one way or another this game.
Works for me. I don't mind that play. I also took the over 1.5 touchdowns for Sam Darnold today. 2 straight games and 2 passing touchdowns. I get it. Obviously, the running backs are back, and Kenneth Walker's really good once they get down into the red zone here. But I think that you can probably throw on this Arizona defense. Running up against them in that defensive line can certainly be a bit tougher here. So I went the Darnold over passing touchdowns. Again, just sort of liking how he's looked in this system so far.
No, I get it. Darnold's looked good this past 2 years, honestly, and it just took him longer to develop. I try to remind people that all the time. Rookie contracts 4 years. Sometimes we don't get people bust out till 4. Some of them need a little longer than that.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else you're liking tonight?
That's all I got in the bet tracker. I was looking at, I do like the under, keep in mind there's kicker props or something to keep in mind for, but there is a live bonus touchdown. And I do like McBride. I believe right now on DraftKings, he's at plus 175. You have to bet it live to get the bonus, but I imagine that would take it up to plus 200. I know he doesn't get a lot of touchdowns, but this is the number 2 or number 1 best defense for tight ends, depending on the metrics you look at. So I think McBride kind of busts out right here. Big target against those safeties, kind of smaller linebackers. And he just makes a big target for Murray and gets his touchdown. So like I said, you got to bet it live to get that bonus. But if you just want it pregame, it's at plus 175.
Nice. You mentioned kicker props. I like the over 1.5 field goals made for Chad Ryland tonight. Again, this Cardinals offense has just not been consistent enough to score touchdowns. But they do drive down the field. They do get over into their half. They do make some big plays, to Trey McBride or Marvin Harrison Jr. down the field, and then they just stall out. And when they stall out, they're not afraid to kick. And Chad Ryland has kicked at least 2 field goals in all 3 games this season. Has only missed 1 field goal in the year. So going Ryland over to the 1.5 field goals made for me rounds out my props for tonight. Get back to some questions that we got here. Travis needs to start 2 full-point PPR. Kenneth Walker, Trey Benson, Egbuka, or Garrett Wilson.
Man, I'm all over Ibuka. I'm not as high on Garrett Wilson as everybody, and I think Kenneth Walker's better than Benson. So give me Kenneth Walker and give me Ibuka.
Okay. Thoughts on Jordan Addison back from his suspension here?
I'm playing him, and I'm in a couple of my leagues. I just think he's ready. I think we're looking at Carson Wentz, probably a better option, honestly, for Addison right now than
Sure.
JJ. Playing in Ireland, what a game to come back to. You make it across the country in time, or
Yeah.
excuse me, across the globe.
Yeah, no kidding. And listen, you drafted him. It's not an injury that you're waiting on here. It was just a suspension. So he should be conditioned and he preseasoned and he should be ready to go. So I'm fine throwing Addison in there. Obviously you temper your expectations a little bit, but I'm good. Lurch said he's had Jamar Chase 2 of the last 3 seasons and never sat him, but this could be the week. Listen, honestly, in Denver with Jake Browning, it could definitely be the week to sit him there. Oyster wants Jacoby or Pollard full PPR.
I'm going Jacoby. Like I said, I think the Raiders Chicago game might be the highest scoring game of week 4. I think Jacoby's the answer here.
Yeah, no arguments with me. I think that's one of my favorite games to target here as well. We've hit the point of the show where we build a showdown lineup here. If you guys have any additional questions, please feel free to throw them in the chat. We will be here to answer them for you for as long as you guys need us to, as I work to get this loaded. Things are just moving slowly today here, Iggy. I think it doesn't help that I have 700 tabs open on my computer either. It tends to slow the internet down. We got some rain here in Boston today. It's rained all day, so probably.
Hence the hoodie. Good hoodie weather.
Yeah, definitely good hoodie weather for sure. All right, so I think we did pretty good with this last week when we had our showdown lineup built. Question today is, I guess, where do we want to go? Your stop priced captain is JSN. Value plays down here. Charbonnet's 81, Horton 87. What do we think?
It's not quite a value, man, but I really love McBride as our captain. Even if he doesn't score the touchdown, I mean, he could get 8, 7, 9, 10 receptions plus the yardage. I mean, I think he's going to be an excellent captain, and it does allow us a little bit of wiggle room. He's at 14,700.
It does. I like the kicker with Ryland here. Again, he was one of my props for tonight, so I like plugging him in. What are your thoughts on Torrey Horton?
It would be a risk. I mean, yeah, if you're going in the GPP, I mean, I don't have anything against it.
Little cheap play for us. That gets us to $8,200. 3 plays to go. I'm trying to figure out how we can. What's our spend up here? Then do you like JSN or Walker?
Man, I mean, Walker's $600 cheaper. The PPR format though, in DraftKings. Keep in mind, remember, it is a PPR scoring, so I think I like JSN actually.
We do JSN. Do you have any interest in an Arroyo at $800 rather? Do you like DeMarcado potentially as the backup running back to Benson? His little punt play 38.
I picked up DeMarcado in a couple leagues, but I don't know that I like him in a DFS showdown setup. How much if we add Myers? That would still leave us 8,700.
Yeah, get us Marvin Harrison Jr. probably would be the play there.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, unless you want to drop, and get something $100 cheaper so we could get Benson. It's up to you.
Yeah, let's see if we do. If we got off Horton, I mean, play both running backs. So go to Charbonnet. You obviously got a little different. I mean, Michael Wilson's there. Could play defenses. I mean, I don't think there are going to be a lot of points to go Seattle D here.
I don't know. I think it's hard to sack Kyler Murray.
Okay.
And that's kind of where your points come from in this format. So if we were going to do that,
you go the other
Cardinals.
way.
Okay. I don't know if I want to play the Cardinals defense. I think they're going to lose. So I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean, we could go DeMarcado. Wilson. He just doesn't get any volume, man.
I know.
He just doesn't get anything.
Let's say this. I like the obviously the McBride.
I mean, if we win Arroyo, although
so if we did this, we could go this way. Benson as the captain, still get McBride in there, and basically not have to change or anything.
Do you think Benson scores? That's the question.
Well, I mean, I think the volume's going to at least be there for him, right? And he catches the football.
Maybe that is the play then.
It's just for the pricing. Otherwise, yeah, I think maybe going DeMarcado could be an option if we did it this way. Oh, that's the same thing we just did. Hold on. So we do McBride, Benson, and then Tim Carter's 38. He goes $1,100. Does that get us anything different?
Could we get anything above Horton 5,800? Is there anything in that range? Not
Nah,
really, huh? Because
nope.
it jumps to 7,000.
Could
So,
go. Yeah, we're not even at Darnold. So
yeah, that's not worth it.
yeah. All right. So go back then to Myers. I think maybe swapping these two might just be the way. Go Benson and go McBride here.
Flex.
Yeah. All right. So just an example for you guys. Again, showdown lineup. You got to get a little weird. Benson, Ryland, Horton, JSN, Myers, McBride. Looking for some points and some field goals here with both kickers involved, and help you guys to maybe take down a showdown slate for this evening. Some additional questions popping in here, Iggy.
That's a good balance too. 3 Cardinals, 3 Seahawks. So
yeah, hopefully again a nice even matchup for us. Arthur, Charbonnet, Juwan or Godwin. I think Jennings is playing this week, right? Or is that Juwan Johnson? Maybe
is that? I thought his name was with the W, but maybe that is Juwan
Johnson. Could just be spelled differently or incorrect. Playing tonight, Jennings Godwin's not okay. Yeah, so it's Juwan Jennings. Godwin. I thought Godwin got a full practice today. Did he not?
I thought that's what you just said. Yeah.
Let's see. I thought I saw that he had a full practice today.
My
word would be that he's just going to be limited.
With Evans being
Godwin did not practice today, so that is true. Godwin did not practice, but I'm not really concerned. Okay, so this was a scheduled day off, so do not be concerned about the DMP. This is a scheduled DMP for Godwin. He is on track to play.
I like Godwin then.
Okay. Yeah, Godwin is where I would go there, Arthur. And then Pearsall or Benson?
Ricky Pearsall. He's been quietly good.
Yeah, I like that as well. Let's see. Anything else coming in? That is it for now with questions. Anything else coming up for you here, Iggy? This matchup specifically that you're looking at? Again, obviously, you got Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet coming back. Earlier before the injury, they were doing a 50-50 split with the touches. Do you think that continues, or do we think that we see Kenneth Walker really take over? He had the 2 touchdowns last week, but the numbers outside of that really still weren't that great.
Yeah, he was definitely touchdown dependent for his fantasy purposes. I think we'll probably see more like a 60-40 unless this becomes a little bit more of a blowout. And then I think it will see 70-30 in favor of Kenneth Walker. And he'll get a lot of volume, I think, if they're up. So it's hard for me to tell him to play Charbonnet in that situation that we just went over, or anybody. I mean, because if he just tweaks any little thing, and I know he didn't play Sunday, so he's fresh technically, but he's still battling through some kind of injury that kept him out last week. So, a foot, I mean, if he gets stepped on by a lineman or anything with that foot, it's probably going to get re-injured. So I'm not playing Charbonnet with confidence.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Obviously the inactive report comes out. He's going to be active for tonight. They like him. They tried to incorporate him, but they haven't really been getting much of a push there yet running the football. So, guys,
I was going to say just real quick, I do think from an IDP perspective, Budda Baker and Thompson could be in for a big game. We're talking about those JSN passes. Arroyo, I think it's going to get past their second level is my point. So that's going to fall on Budda Baker, which they move him all over the place. But him and Thompson specifically, they're going to try to utilize their best matchups to kind of eliminate anything coming across the middle of the field. So I think they have a high tackle volume night.
Yeah, I agree with you there for sure. We do have obviously, again, tonight's matchup starting in a little bit. If you guys have any additional questions, you can pop in the chat. Again, I will hang around for another minute or two if nothing comes in. Good luck to your week 4. We'll get you guys ready for that. In the Discord, Dan Malin is in there. He's got the Showdown Playbook live for you guys already. You can get all your start-sit questions also answered in there. 7-day free trial still going on. If you go to fantasytime.com/win, you can go ahead and take advantage of that offer right there. 7 days for free. We don't have the big game. That's the wrong promo code. Let's see if John can find the right QR code.
Yeah, 7 days to take advantage of.
No, we don't have that promo either. I'll get it straightened out at some point. There it is. Bingo. 7-day free trial QR code up at the top of the screen. 7 days to take advantage of all of our content for free for 7 days. Includes all DFS content. So you get this week's NFL playbook and example lineups for free when you sign up at fantasyfarm.com/win. It doesn't seem like anything else is coming in. So good luck with your week 4, everybody. We'll be back Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern time, myself and Andrew Cooper, to get you ready for Sunday's slate. We'll see you then.